Yo, what's up, baby? This is Bert Watson, and you're listening to Radio MMA, because this is what they do and why they do it, baby, all night long, because they rolling hard, fast, and on the money.
Okay, guys, welcome back to Radio MMA. Let's bring in the Predator, Patrick Cote. How's it going, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. So we haven't had you on the show in a few years now, Patrick. You've won 3 out of your last 4 fights, and you're coming off the fight with Joe Riggs. Can you just talk the fans through that fight?
About Joe Riggs, I was happy about the fight. I wanted to finish it, but I was able to show once again that my game is more complete than before. And I'm not just a striker anymore. I'm a wrestler. I'm a BJJ black belt right now. And so, I think I'm well-rounded now, and like what I showed in my fight at Kyle and Joe Riggs, I think it proved that I was working very hard on my weakness, and now, my opponent has to think about all my game, not just my hands.
Out of all the disciplines in mixed martial arts, what do you think are the most important factors? Obviously, people always talk about amateur wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-jitsu. Lately, Ronda Rousey has been showing that judo is an important aspect. What do you think are the most important aspects of MMA?
I'll say wrestling. I'll say wrestling, because the fight started on the feet, and learning to punch. It's if you are an athlete, you gotta get it. At some point you gotta be able to box. Wrestling takes a lot of years to control a good wrestling base, and I think this is the most important thing. For me, I did everything in the opposite. I started to box, jiu-jitsu, and after that wrestling. But now I can see that the wrestling part is very important.
Okay, man, in recent years you've become a staple of these Canadian cards. Are you happy to be on just the Canadian cards, or would you like to travel around a little more? I know you're a busy guy, you got tons of things going on, but talk about fighting on these Canadian cards.
I love it. I did travel a lot, in my past years, and that's cool. Now I'm happy to fight in Canada. I have a pretty good record in Canada too. I'm 16-1, I think so. So, for me, fighting in Canada in front of my fans, I have a great fan base here in the country. So no, I like it. And going to Saskatoon is going to be the first time the UFC is going there. So we're going to be part of the history a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, man. And what you think about that? Saskatoon finally gets a card. It's not a traditional UFC market, but it's kind of cool to go somewhere for the first time.
Yeah, it's cool, and like I said, it's a big fan base over there about MMA. I've been in Saskatoon a couple of times, maybe like 4 or 5 times for charity golf tournament or just signature session, all those things. So they know MMA. There's a big fan base over there, and the problem is that there weren't any athletic commission over there. So that's why it took so long to have a sanctioned MMA organization going there. So now they build that this year. They have a solid commission now. So the UFC is going there, and it's gonna be close to be sold out.
It's crazy to think that you started your MMA career nearly 13 years ago. How much longer do you want to keep competing?
I don't have a date. I don't have a time limit. As long as I'm able to compete at this level, as long as I'm able to compete with the elite of the sport, and as long as it's not dangerous for my health, I'll still fight. I wake up every morning and I'm still happy to go to the gym and push myself, and somebody pay me to be in shape. So that can be worse than that. You know what I mean? It's it's good. I think I improve. I'm a better fighter now than I was in the last 10 years. That's what I mean. I think I improved my game more in 1 year last year than in my last 10 years. With all the knowledge, the experience, all the knowledge, and I understand more my body. I understand more the game, and So like I said, I think the last year for me was a real good year about training and improving my game.
And up next for you is Josh Burkman. He's kind of in a must-win situation here. You know, he had the fight with Hector Lombard. It got overturned, but it was a loss. And then he lost to Kim. Just talk about Burkman as an opponent and what threats he brings to the table.
Yeah, the thing is, if you just check that these 2 losses in a row, it's going to be a big mistake because you have to check who he fought. You know, he came back in the UFC in short notice, fought Hector Lombard in top 5 in the UFC. After that, he got the number 9 ranked, Dong Kim. So he had tough guys to come back, and he's way better than that. He has a lot of experience. I think he's gonna fight. It's gonna be his 41 fight, I think so, something like that. So you can't underestimate experience. You can't you can have a lack of respect for that because it's you can't buy experience. He has it. So he fought a good guy. He beat some an awesome guys, and like John Finch and all those guys. So he has a lot of experience. He didn't win the fight in the UFC since 2008, I think so. So yeah, you're right. He's like in a must-win situation. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready to face Josh Burkman, who's very pumped up.
Looking at this card, you know, you got yourself and Sam Stout, kind of the veterans of the Canadian scene here. Just talk about some of the prospects on this card.
For sure, we have, the only one French-Canadian, if it's not me, Aubin-Mercier.
Right.
He's a great future. He's an awesome talent, and I think he's gonna do well. And of course, Chad is an amazing striker with a really good takedown defense, and super good human being. So yeah, those 2 guys, it's really those 2 guys you have to check if you want to see the future of the mixed martial art in Canada.
I know you were on a flight, so I'll wrap this up, but can you give me a prediction for the fight? How will it finish?
I'll see myself finishing him in the second round. I see myself finishing by submission. I think I'll have a big hedge on the ground against him. And I'm very comfortable. I'm very confident about my ground game and my wrestling that I wasn't in a couple of years ago. But now, like you saw against Joe Riggs, I went for a couple shoulder throw. I went for a takedown, and I wasn't scared of if it was working or not because I knew that I have other option if the technique doesn't work. So that's the mentality I have, and I'm going to have to finish him in the second round.
Is there anything you'd like to promote or throw at your social media?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. It's Patrick_Cote. On my Facebook fan page on Patrick Cote. I have a YouTube channel too under my name, Patrick Cote. It's a little bit quiet now because I'm preparing, but I show some taking of the week and a lot of tips about nutrition because I went back to nutrition. I have a degree in nutrition, level 1 and 2 in sport nutrition. So that's fun to do. Right now it's a little bit quiet, but after the fight, it's gonna be busy again. So you can follow me on those page, and it's fun. I'm pretty active on social media.
Good stuff. Looking forward to your fight, and best of luck in the future, man.
Thank you very much, man.